There was a lazy PlayStation 4 Pro patch for Overwatch. Is this something we can look forward to in future Blizzard titles or just other games in general? I'm leaning towards possibly, but I think Blizzard, just being Blizzard, they are mainly PC. They don't really care to rush out a really well done Overwatch PlayStation 4 Pro patch yet. They did enough to sort of improve it a little bit, but I found it a slap in the face for a lot of people on the PlayStation 4 Pro that they made the UI 4K, but they didn't even try to upscale the game at all. So it's like, here's your 4K, guys.
Yeah, but they didn't make a big deal about it as well. I think they didn't like announce that they were going to do it, and at the PlayStation Pro review event, it was not shown that Overwatch was going to get a PlayStation Pro patch. It's like it has like two sides. One, why bother if you're not like doing it like all in. On the other hand, they're like saying, okay, we see that the PlayStation 4 Pro is a thing, and we're looking into it, and maybe this is just one step, and in the next update we will see like fully support for the thing, because I really think that with HDR and stuff like that, Overwatch can shine. It can really look amazing with on the 4K. So hopefully they will do it. But right now it seems like a weird trend, because there are also, I don't know if you heard this, but there are also like some games that just perform worse.
Yeah.
On the PlayStation 4
Battlefield
Pro
1 I heard. Battlefield 1 after a patch I heard does. Originally it didn't. Yeah, originally it didn't, but then after a patch it started having a little bit of issues. But
I heard that Battlefield 1 has like a way better frame rate on PlayStation 4 Pro. It was, of course, in Digital Foundry, for example, if you have like a multiplayer match where a lot of stuff is happening, the normal PlayStation 4 will go to 45 frames, and like the PlayStation 4 Pro will just stick at 60 frames. So you have like a kind of advantage there on the PlayStation 4 Pro.
Yeah, they were saying, a lot of people in like comment sections I saw were saying after Digital Foundry released that video, they released another patch for it, and it tanked the frames a bit, because they had their fall update not too long ago, and honestly even on the PC there was frame rate issues that occurred because of it, and random bugs.
Something with the patch.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm thinking that probably caused something, but it's good to see that at least some games are benefiting from it. I just wish that there was more games benefiting from it, especially games like The Witcher 3, for instance, should see, with its uncapped frame rate, at least it's capped at 60, but it doesn't hit 60 all the time. It should see that it hits 60 all the time with the PlayStation 4 Pro. But I think that, and I'm curious whether or not someone's tested this yet, if you go and play it, for instance, is the frame rate the same as it was on the PlayStation 4, even though obviously the game doesn't have a Pro patch, at least from what I've heard thus far, but it's still, because the machine's stronger, it's more powerful, it should gain frame rate from that. It's just logical.
Yeah.
But I wonder whether or not it even does, because Project Cars didn't see a benefit. Digital Foundry covered that. And I know some people on the podcast were probably like, oh, well, why don't we just watch Digital Foundry? The thing is, they do a lot of technical things with everything. So if you want a super technical perspective on things, definitely check out Digital Foundry. They do all the frame rate like checks and everything.
Side to side.
It's side to side. Yeah, it's very interesting because they know what they're looking for. They know what is what. They're really knowledgeable, and I would love for them to do more of those videos where they look at games that don't have a Pro patch and see if there's any benefits from them. They just haven't got around to it, or they just don't have time to do it. But
they did the Batman game.
Did they?
Did you see that? So Batman returned to Arkham, and they like say it has stealth PS4 support. So this is super interesting. That game suddenly runs better on the PS4 Pro. So it's like really, this is like super bad. On the normal PS4, there's like a scene where there's like 19 frames per second on the normal PS4 and 25 on the PS4 Pro. And there are like a ton of differences between the two. And yeah, they didn't make a big deal about it. So that is the first like stealth PS4 Pro game that we know about. So that's pretty interesting.
Wow, that's good to hear. That means maybe that isn't the case where it's sort of artificially capped in a sense. That's great. And that's the one thing. I must have missed that video because I watch almost all their videos. I must have just completely slipped through my sub box without me knowing. But yeah, that's really good to hear.
Released yesterday,
So just to summarize, I don't think that lazy PlayStation 4 Pro patches are gonna be a thing in the future. Because it's selling well. And I kind of expected it to sell well. It's a lot easier to sell an improved console that's the same price as your console was before than it is to sell a brand new technology, at least in my opinion. Knowing particular consumers who just like to go in stores and buy something that they already know and want to do heavy amounts of research. And we talked about this in a marketing course that I took, actually a couple of them, where consumers, when it's something that's new that they don't know about, are going to research a hell of a lot more and be way more skeptical about it, even if it looks flashy, than something that they already know that they bought before and they know what to expect from in a sense. And even though this is a new thing for improvements of consoles that come out, it's still something that people have in their minds. New console, better performance. That's what's up in their mind. So when they go into the store and they see a PlayStation 4 Pro and they know that it does perform better, they're gonna buy it a lot quicker than they're gonna buy a PlayStation VR. And that's the struggle that the VR will have. But as more compelling games release, it's going to make it a lot easier of a sell. And as more people are glowing about it, those people who are trying to research more into it are like, oh, okay, the PlayStation VR actually offers, good quality titles and it's a good investment. So
exactly.
I think Blizzard will eventually get around to patching it further. I just think they're going to do small little patches here and there. They probably only have a couple guys working on it that are trying to just improve the graphic quality of Overwatch. They're probably more focused on actual content at this point than trying to get it where it's further.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's cool that they acknowledge it, but hopefully they will, go all in with a patch. To go back to Batman for 1 second, so the frame rate for the prologue of Arkham City will be low 40s on the base PS4, but it moved up to 60 frames per second on the PlayStation 4 Pro.
Oh, all right.
That's like a significant boost, and they didn't make a big deal about it. So maybe you will encounter some things like that if you just play a random game that is not on the list of PS4 Pro supported games. But it will be interesting. But I still think, and that's why I think that the PlayStation 4 Pro still have a hard time believing that it will be like a huge success, because a lot of people just they don't really see it. Like, I mean, it's really for the people that really look at the frames and stuff like that. I think a lot of people will not even, if they just play like games regularly, just play some Call of Duty games, play some FIFA, and they bought the Arkham game as well, and they will not see it. So for them, the PS4 Pro is like cool, but not really a big thing, I think.
Yeah, with 4K TV selling, that's what it's really aimed at. Is this making everyone have a better 4K experience, and that's good. That will provide a better experience for those who own a 4K TV or are going to go out and buy them. Just make sure you look out for that dreaded HDR premium. That's not HDR. That is a facade. It supports HDR, but it doesn't actually do anything in terms of picture. Wow. Like it's as if you don't even have HDR on. It's ridiculous. But yeah.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah, I mean,
there's a lot of minds out there.
Some people will not see it, and of course the what you already talked about, like in previous episodes, was the time input delay, right?
Yep, input delay, exactly.
Yeah.
There's
Stuff
input
like
delay
really
mines. There's HDR, non-HDR mines out there. Yeah. It's a fucking minefield of bad 4K TVs. So definitely do your research before you go in and buy a doorbuster just because it's like a $200 4K TV. That $200 is probably $200 for a reason. So. You can better invest in a bigger one. I mean, with TVs, and that's like my experience, you just you use it for 5 years, even more maybe, and then you move on to the next one. So you can better invest and
have fun with it. You don't want like a TV that lasts for 2 years. So
yeah, just
anyway,
a quick recommendation. Go to newegg.com, look at the LG TV on Black Friday deal. It's $300, full HDR, very minimal input lag. I played Rocket League. I'm an all-star Rocket League player. I'm pretty decent at the game. I didn't really notice hardly any input lag at all. Obviously, I didn't play competitive on it because that would be suicide, because I normally play at 109 frames. I was playing at 60, and there was enough input lag where obviously, you know, there would be a difference. But yeah, definitely check out that deal. That will hook you up with a good TV. I love the damn thing.